Alright everyone, so with this video I'm going to talk about the big things that were revealed in the DC Universe Rebirth one-shot issue, which just hit shelves today, May 25th. Now this is not going to be a recap and review of the comic, but rather just talking about the big things that are going to affect DC Comics going forward with the new Rebirth. So if you want to hear my thoughts and what the other guys thought of this comic, check out Super Friends, which should be up this week. Now number one on the list is of course that the reveal is that the narrator of this entire comic is Wally West from the pre-Flashpoint universe, who was known as Kid Flash and then became the Flash in that universe. Now basically throughout this comic we are following his attempts to return to the DC Universe and warn his friends of the coming danger, culminating with his emotional embrace with Barry Allen. Now the thing I loved about the scene is that it was so built up throughout this entire comic, and Wally was so desperate in this moment that he kind of just gave up and said that I'm ready to die even though it means that I'm going to help warn my friends and just give my thoughts to the person that has been this father figure to me, this mentor, which was Barry Allen. I thought it was a very well done moment. Next up on the list is the reveal that Ted Kord and Jaime Reyes are both back and are trying to understand the scarab which has attached itself to Jaime. Earth 2 Dr. Fate warns them that they don't understand what it really is, and I'm sure this is going to play into the Blue Beetle comic which is coming out shortly, which is pretty awesome to see because you have the whole legacy hero type of thing going on with Ted being the mentor to a young Jaime with the powers of the Blue Beetle. Next up, New 50 Superman has been killed off in this book, and pre-Flashpoint Superman goes in search of answers but is visited by a mysterious figure named Mr. Oz, who says that Superman and his family are not what they think they are, and neither was the fallen Superman. Now DC has been setting up the death of Superman for a while, the death of the New 52 Superman that is, with the final days of Superman's story arc currently going on, which just wrapped up with Superman 52, which is another book I recommend you guys go check out. And I firmly believe that the current lineup of books that are coming out for the Superman family, like Superwoman, Super Sons, Superman, New Superman, all these kind of books are going to kind of tell this long story about the super family trying to find answers to what happened to New 52 Superman and what's going to happen going forward with the new status quo. Fourth up on our list is Ray Palmer. Actually, he has been trapped in the microverse in this issue and enlists Ryan Choi to take up the mantle and save him. Now, for fans of DC Comics, Ryan Choi was the fourth person to take up the mantle of the Atom, and I thought it was a neat little reference that he has to go and save Ray Palmer from a danger that he doesn't even know about. Now, another big reveal in this issue is the fact that there are 3 Jokers that exist within the DC Universe, and Batman is determined to find out what that truly means. Personally, I think this is one of the reveals that kind of took me by surprise. I didn't really know how to feel about this, but it's going to definitely affect the universe going forward, and it should be kind of weird to figure out how they're going to explain this fully, but nonetheless it's going to impact a lot of things. Now finally on our list is the biggest change in the entire Rebirth issue, and what's definitely going to play into this 2-year story arc that they're planning here. It's revealed that Dr. Manhattan from Watchmen is the big bad in Rebirth and stole 10 years from the New 52 universe, causing characters to forget memories, relationships, and more about their legacy. Now later on towards the end of the issue, Batman finds the comedian's pin from Watchmen in the Batcave and is startled by this discovery. Now this is probably going to be the most controversial change coming out of DC Rebirth, the fact that the Watchmen are now part of DCU canon and that Dr. Manhattan is somewhat responsible for the New 52's clean slate. Obviously this is going to be a very divisive thing among fans of Watchmen and DC Comics in general, because a lot of people were pretty content with the Watchmen being a standalone story, and now the fact that they're going to introduce that and sort of connect it with the DC characters is a little bit weird, but I'm actually kind of curious to see where they're going to take it and how it's going to turn out, because it could either go really good or really bad, or it could just kind of go nowhere. So overall, a lot of cool things came out of this Rebirth one-shot, and I'm very excited for the future of DC Comics. It seems like they're really going back to what made DC great again, and sort of the legacy, embracing the hope and optimism of these characters. There was a lot of characters smiling in this issue, which was awesome to see. Just bringing back that really great age of DC Comics. So I'm very curious to see what's going to happen, and I want to hear what you guys think of this issue. Post your thoughts down in the comment section below if you got a chance to check this book out. If you did not read it yet, I highly recommend that you go drop what you're doing right now now, and go pick up this book because it's a great read and it's a very familiar read if you're a fan of the pre-Flashpoint DC Comics universe. Like I said earlier in the video, if you want to check out what we fully thought and like what we graded and what our expectations for the DC universe, definitely check out Super Friends this week because we're going to go into an in-depth spoiler discussion on the book and other things that came out like Justice League 50 and stuff going forward. So anyways, post your thoughts down in the comment section below. If you're new to the channel and you like this video, be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of our latest content. Like the video down there because it helps us out a lot, and if you want to consider supporting us on Patreon, that would be awesome. My name is Nick and I will catch you guys next time.